want both of them. Good to go.
You turn it on, man?
Yeah, come on, man.
Man, I went and got a new SD card, man. So
You did?
Just turn it on. Yeah, bro.
Everything's on. Everything's on.
Yeah.
Only thing you need to hear is this right here.
Hey!
That's all you need to hear.
That's all I need to hear, boy. You right. You right, boy. That's all I need to hear, man. That's all I need to hear, man.
Hey, Mike is live. Talk about them people. Let me show you something. Keep it right here. Come on in. Come on in.
Man, I don't want that in my face.
If you want to pick up like you want to pick up, you gonna get it in your face like that.
No, bro. I don't want that in front of my face.
Hey, you got sound? So, you got sound?
Nah, man.
You got no sound?
And make sure this turned up, man, because I be getting people say, man, I couldn't hear him.
That's up loud.
Your producer be having the thing turned down, man.
Take your headphones off.
Man, turn the
Take
thing
your
up,
headphones
bro.
off.
Man, you can't turn them on loud?
That's it.
Man, you need a speaker in here, bro. What kind of studio don't have sound?
How about that?
That's better, man. Let me see.
How about it?
Yeah, that's better. Hey! That's better. Look, man, y'all, man, you gonna make me see, man. I was gonna leave it alone, bro. I was gonna leave it alone, man. What you do to me? I was gonna leave it alone, man.
You wanna leave it alone?
Look, you gonna start off, look.
Leave it alone.
Look,
What?
I'm about to start off right now, man.
Look.
This is the goddamn intro. We gonna start right here. Look, I want you to understand what we talking. Oh, look at them new markers. Right there.
Oh!
That's what we started
Oh!
right there. JC, goddamn it.
What you
That's
got
what
on
we
there? Let me see. I
started
can't
at.
see. What you got on there?
JC.
Oh,
That's what we
Lord,
started
my
at,
goodness.
man. My head cut off, man, so I got to bend down like this, man. My head cut off,
You
bro.
ain't gotta worry about that. You worry about that.
I got to bend down, man. Smooth.
Now, what
Put
you
your
got
cat
to
right
do?
there.
That's why I got it right there. So you can stand up and do it. You ain't got to stand up. You ain't got to stand up. That's why I put it right there. You can just roll over there.
Man, I ain't no goddamn.
You ain't got to stand up. You got to stand up for.
Man,
Oh, you think I'm not wrong.
look, man, I'm about to say something crazy, man. No, hold up, man.
You already did.
People might can't see that one, man. Let me do it again, man. Look, man. Look, this is what we doing today, bro. How about that? Put it in red, man.
There you go. There you go.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. This your host, Joaquin Thompson Sr. coming to you live. I ain't wasting no time tonight. Coming to you live from Lil Burn.
God almighty.
Coming to you live from. We ain't joking. This ain't no jokey joke type of show today.
It's serious.
This boy.
It's real.
Boy.
It's real.
Boy.
Jay-Z.
Boy. Boy.
What'd he do?
Boy.
What'd he do?
Okay.
How
Boy.
many black owners we got in the NFL?
Boy.
How many?
Listen, man. Let me. Okay. Look, man. I'm already sweating. Look, me take my hat off, man.
Lord.
See my hat, man. Look, man. I was gonna keep my. This is my fun hat, man. When I wear this hat, man, I'm supposed to be having fun. I'm supposed to be having a good time. Let me get the house rules out the way. This is the Daily Bread Show. This show is about personal finance. I've been doing this show every week. This is our 114th episode.
114.
114.
Say that.
Very few people on the planet, very few people have done 114 episodes of anything. Fried chicken, working out, personal finance, none of that. They did 20 shows and fell off. They did 30 shows, fell off. They did 40 shows, fell off. They did 50 shows, fell off. 60, fell off. 70, fell off. 80, fell off. 82, fell off. We did 114, man. So I don't need, listen,
And you still
I don't need no coach. I don't need nobody to tell me what it is. I'm telling you what it is, man. It's 114 coming straight from the G-O-D. That's all I need, bro.
Come on now.
That's all I need, bro. So for those of you all that are joining for the first time, my name is Joaquin Thompson Sr. I'm the host of the Daily Bread Show. This show is about personal finance and everything that you do in your life is tied to personal finance. Whether you buy a football team or don't buy a football team, it's tied to personal finance.
Come on now.
Okay? Whether you got savings, tied to personal finance. When you have a baby, tied to personal finance. Whether you have a relationship, get married, have kids, raise a family, all that's tied to personal finance. All the way, and it's every single day that you're on this planet. Every day that you're on this planet. No days off, all days on, right? Every day has to do with personal finance. So my whole thing is this. We're going to keep it, and on the personal, wait, not on the personal, on the Daily Bread radio show, not even the Daily Bread radio show no more. Because now we done turned it into a conglomerate. We're a media company. So on the Daily Bread show, let me correct myself. On the Daily Bread show, we talk about personal finance from a spiritual perspective. We don't do religion. We only do one thing, and that's God.
Come on.
All right? That's it. Period. So if this is your first time joining this, man, buckle up. Listen, man, I had every week that I come in, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to do a show. I'm prepared to educate, motivate, and elevate. Every week that I come in here, man. Every week that I'm not even going to talk about it. It take me an hour to get to the studio and an hour to get home. This ain't no game, man. I said 114 times. I've done it 114 times. 2.5 years and counting. But I'm saying that to say, listen, man, we're going to jump right in. So, and every week we talk about different topics, right? But everything that I talk about on this show is about personal finance. Everything that I talk about on this show. So if you're looking for entertainment, this is not the show for you. Because we're going to entertain, but if I give you something, I need you to take it and act on it. If you ain't going to take it and act on it, you're wasting time. I'm going to just give you some time back in your day, right? There's some football on. You might want to go watch a football game. Or, you're wasting time. I mean, if you ain't going to take this information and put it in play, right? That's like being in a huddle and the quarterback called the play. 28, ZX, drag, fire. Now, if you don't understand the play, 20X, 28, ZX, drag, fire. If he call a play and you break the huddle, break, and you go walking out there and you don't know, you can't ask, bro, you might as well get off the field.
What y'all here for?
Get off the field, bro. And that's what I feel about personal finance, man. If you're not going to take this stuff serious, man, we so far behind. Man,
come on.
We so far, come on, man.
Can you see the tail lights?
Come on, man. You can't see nothing. Just, name a category. Just come up with one, man. Just name a category. What? Savings? Lowest savings rate. Okay. Net worth? Lowest. Average net worth? $16,000. Income? Lowest. What? Just name a category that has to do with financial literacy. Name a category. Investment? Lowest. Lowest percentage of people that invest in the stock market. Lowest. What else? Name something. What? But then when you get on the other side of the fence, purchases, highest. Most cognac, highest. Most cars, highest. Most clothes, highest.
Incarceration rate.
Right? What else? Most food, highest. Man, we on that, we posting all back and forth, talking about a Popeyes chicken sandwich. I said, God, and if I see, God, man.
They gotta hurt your feelings, though.
Man.
Popeye.
But I'm like, man, what are y'all, man, oh, man, what are we doing, bruh? We'll spend more time to come up with a Popeyes and chicken, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man, people coming up with they coming up with skits. They coming up with, man, all these different, man, people before and after Chick-fil-A. I'm like, man, what the heck does that have to do with anything, bruh?
How's that gonna benefit you?
And then on top of that, if you want to go deeper on it, how many people own the franchise? Look at the numbers. Yeah, we do have some people that own franchise. I know some brothers who own. I get it. I get it. But it ain't like that other team.
Come on.
We ain't teaching our young people about that. So I'm like, man, why we spend so much time just
on foolishness.
Man, I don't know. Man, maybe, maybe this should be the last show, 114.
Yeah, picture that.
Man, maybe, yeah, man, I think this is it, bro. I think this is it, man.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
I think this is it. I think the show has run its course. I think it's run its course, bro. I mean, sometimes that's just maturity. Sometimes you have to understand when. I'll get too deep. I was like, oh, wait a minute, man. I'm tearing up my doctor. I was like, oh, shoot, not the last. Oh, I can't, not the, man, this can't be the end. I have to start singing. How can I say goodbye? Listen, Brett, but listen. So I had a couple, look, I came in, I was going to talk about credit, right? Because I was like, man, it's been a while since we talked about credit. So I said, you know what? It's back to school. A lot of people kind of getting back in, you know, the work group. Like, man, maybe we need to get back to the basics. Maybe we need to just talk about credit tonight. I was minding my business. I'm coming in. I said, yeah, we're going to talk about credit. Because that's always a good topic to talk about. Credit, right? Get it stronger. Credit. Like, yeah, we're going to talk about credit. And when I came in and I seen you, man.
Oh,
when I came in the door, and I said it before. when I came in the door and I seen you, man.
Come on.
I said, you know what? We gonna talk about this, man. We talking about this. The number to the show, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. When I came in and I saw you, man, I said, no, we gonna talk about this first.
Yep.
I need y'all to call in, man, text in, or say something in the chat. Listen to this, man. You want to hear about foolishness? You want to know why it's important to read books like The Miseducation of the Negro, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, what's the other one? I think the other one is like the full biography of Martin Luther King.
How to Eat to Live.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bruh, Jay-Z, listen, Jay-Z, I'm gonna write it up here, man, so we can just, because some people might be thinking like, man, he might be talking, listen, and I'm gonna put a plus sign. You know, like when you was a kid,
Yes, sir.
you was like Kevin, and, so this means and, you know, we'd do a plus sign. And listen to this, man. And I'm gonna put it right here, NFL. That's where we gonna start there, man.
You can stand up.
I ain't standing up, man, for this. I ain't nothing to stand up about, man. I need to be kneeling. That's what everybody cry about. Okay, I'm gonna kneel.
Put your face up.
You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna kneel. All right, so listen, man. So why is everybody, and I'm gonna start at the top, bro. And people can call in, man. I don't usually, man, this is kind of out of character for me, man. I don't usually get this excited about a lot of things, but this, bruh, we as a people, I'm gonna just put it out there. As a people, man,
Tell the truth.
we really have a hard time when people reach certain pinnacles in life. We really have a hard time, and the thing about it is, it's a lot of secret haters out there. And let me tell you the explanation of a secret hater. A secret hater is somebody that's hating on what you're doing. Everybody got an opinion. I get it. Okay, you got your own opinion. So maybe I'm not going to even say a hater. I'm going to just say opinionated, right? Everybody got an opinion about whatever, right? But I heard Rick Ross recently, and he gave a good explanation of this, man. He said, look, if a person not even in the game, if the person's not even in the same game that you're in and they have an opinion, that ain't no hater. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just talking. They just have an opinion. Bruh, let me show y'all something, man. I don't think, man, listen, I'm gonna just show you something, man. And most people don't get this, man. When we talk about Jay-Z, I'm gonna start on this end. 0, 0, 0, comma. 0, 0, 0, comma. Right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, comma, 1. Now, did I do that right? 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. This number here, when you get to this slot,
Stand alone a lot of times.
okay? That's $1 billion, man. This ain't no, bro, this is $1 billion and counting. This is $1 billion and counting. Forget what he's doing with the NFL, right? This is somebody who's amassed $1 billion before 50. Before the age of 50. I think Jay-Z like, 49? Something like that, right? Now the man is saying, look, now, you talking about somebody that's a street guy. And that's the part that people don't understand. You talking about Roger Goodell is not a street guy, and we don't even understand the dynamics. People upset with Jay-Z. Oh man, he's a sellout because he partnered with the NFL and he can't get Kaepernick back in the league.
49 years old.
Listen, man. Listen. This is what I just told my producer. How many teams? See, when we make comments on stuff, man, I'm a stickler about, you need to understand what you're talking about first. In order for somebody to take you serious, you need to understand what you're talking about, bruh. Roger Goodell is the commissioner of the National Football League. Roger Goodell don't even have the authority to reinstate Colin Kaepernick. Even if Roger Goodell, and I might be saying, oh yes he can, okay. If Roger Goodell reinstated him, I don't think Roger Goodell never suspended or, expelled him or whatever you want to say, put him out the league. No. It's 32 other people. Man, let's do the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Look, this is the number right here. It's 32. It's 32. It's 32. It's 32 people that said, you know what? I'm not putting him on my team. That's what happened. 32 people colluded, and we know it was collusion. Why? Because they settled the case. People forget that part. Like a year ago, he did settle the case with Eric Reed, right? Colin Kaepernick with Eric Reed and maybe 2 or 3 other players. Yep. They did settle the case. That's what people, I ain't heard nobody say that in none of that commentary with Jay-Z. They did settle the case on collusion, bruh. What is collusion? That means when me and you get together and we agree that we're gonna work together to prevent somebody else from doing something. Collusion. He filed a lawsuit against the NFL owners for collusion. He settled. Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, and their legal representation settled. They settled the case. The case was settled. Settled. So if he settled the case, let me ask you, what does this have to do with this? What does this have to do with that? Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. And because this man trying to do something, ain't he a billionaire? Jay-Z ain't got, man, think about it, bro. You a billionaire. He ain't got to entertain that foolishness. Man, it's just crazy, man. But when we get up there, man, whenever we get to certain heights, man, people get, them secret haters, they come out, and it's a mob mentality. It's literally a mob mentality. Now, all of these people, man, on social media, people in the newspaper, players in the NFL, all these people saying all this stuff about Jay-Z, right? But I got one question for all of them people and anybody who feels like he was a sellout and anybody who feels like, oh, he just working with the establishment and all of that. I got one question. Who else even entertained the notion of trying to help Colin Kaepernick? And I'm going to be quiet. Who? That's what I thought. Nobody. Who? Not only, let me ask you a second question. Not only who tried to help him, let me ask you a different. Who has the financial means to change the narrative to help him. So if 32 people say, no, we don't want him, what if this man is able to get majority ownership of a team? If he gets majority ownership of a team, can he hire Colin Kaepernick? Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody quiet. Now you quiet. I'm like, man, that's just we got to get rid of that mentality, man. We got to get rid of that and start thinking big picture. Start thinking big picture and what can happen. You can't change nothing, and that's why we do this show. And that's why I talk about personal finance. So I ain't even going to talk about a billionaire. Let's talk about a person that's a millionaire. A millionaire can buy a franchise, right? When a millionaire buys a franchise, what can he do? He could create jobs. And when he creates jobs, what does that do? That provides income for people. So he's helping people. This man is a billionaire. 40-40 Club. He got alcohol. He got Rock Nation, Tidal. This man is already employing people. He's giving people jobs. He's helping people when he need the help. When Nipsey was, proud to pay, who brought the most units? Jay-Z. Jay-Z. So I just don't get it, man. I mean, and y'all call, man, maybe I don't know. I mean, y'all can call into the show, man. 678-381-1973. I don't get it, man. When we get to certain levels, man, that secret hater, and don't let a group of people start talking about it. Eric Reed is criticizing Jay-Z, right? Eric Reed, after they settled, Eric Reed was a defendant in the case. After they settled the case, him and Colin Kaepernick, after they settled the case, what did he do? He went back and took a job in the NFL, playing in the NFL. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. So what, I mean, I ain't hear nobody say nothing about that. Like, bruh, I thought it was all about collusion. Well, why didn't he band together with Colin Kaepernick and say, nah, bro, this is a tandem. If y'all don't let my brother in, because I feel that strong, if y'all don't let him in, I ain't playing either. I ain't hear him say that. I didn't hear him say that. Eric Reed played in the league last year. Yeah, Eric Reed was playing for the Carolina Panthers last year. So Colin Kaepernick wasn't in the league. Did he say anything about that? Did he say, hey, man, if y'all, he took, and to your point earlier, whenever they put the money on the table, isn't that, what? It ain't nothing no more clear than that. Mm-hmm. If somebody offer you a job and you down with the cause, right? And they offer you a job, if you that down, how you take the job? And you a co-defendant with this brother. Mm-hmm. I ain't hear nobody say nothing about that. They ain't call Eric Reed no sellout, right? So if Martin Luther King, that's like Martin Luther King going to jail. Martin Luther King said, hey, I'm gonna go to jail. And Abernathy come behind Martin Luther King is like, look, bro, I'm about to take this job over here in the Birmingham city government. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Like, bro, we just got through marching. So if you gonna kneel with him, bro, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man. So maybe I'll never get it. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't get it, man. Why instead of us saying, bro, I don't care, good. Get a team, Jay-Z, good. Get a team. So if you get a team, maybe you hire Colin Kaepernick in the front office because you're an owner at that point. You could do what the heck you want to do. The man that showed you time after time after time, like he said, he ain't cut from that same cloth. This man generated $1 billion. I don't think people get that, man. This man, it's 300 million people in the United States. It's like 1,000 billionaires. 1,000 out of 300 million people. From a street guy, he went from that to got the Rockefeller, to selling clothes, to doing shows, went straight legal, and got to $1 billion? Come on, man. What? Bro, you don't even talk to the same people when you got $1 billion. So I'm like, man, we got to do better than that, man. We always looking for a narrative. All these people complaining about college. Oh, he ain't doing this. They ain't stopping not going to no games. I ain't heard not one person say I ain't going to a game this year. I ain't heard not one, man, my partners be calling, yeah, man, I got tickets. I'm talking to people, man, all over the country got tickets. Yeah, I got tickets to that game. Boy, I can't wait till the Raiders come. Boy, I can't wait till this person. Man, let's go to a game. Ain't nobody saying we ain't going to no game. So what we talking about? I don't, man, we spending too much time on foolishness, man. We got to change our mentality, right? Just change the mentality so that way for the next generation. When our kids looking at us. So now you're going to talk bad about Jay-Z? Who else doing something? I ain't seen, who else going to come out and do something? Oprah Winfrey? Is Oprah Winfrey going to get him a job back in the NFL?
He gonna work for OWN.
He going to work for OWN. So, he going to be... So dog going to be on the have and the have-nots. Man, I can't get it. I don't get it, man. What is he going? I mean, and I love the brother, man. I love for what he stood. He was standing for police brutality and injustice. That's not a lighthearted subject, man. I'm not. Man, I got a son. I got a grandson. I got myself. My son that went through a tragic incident like that with his friend. This ain't no. I ain't laughing about that. But I'm saying. Once that's over, man, let's change our narrative. What did Jay-Z say in his song? What's better than one billionaire? Two. Okay, that's what we need to be striving for. More people get more of these zeros, right? If you at 10,000, let's get to 100. Let's all get to 100. Let's all get to 10. Okay, let's all get to 1 million. All right, let's all get to 10 million. When you do that, guess what you can do? You can start buying things and having influence. These 32 people here, these 32 people, the NFL, this ain't their main source of income, bruh. Do your research. Research these 32 people. Research these 32 people. Not one of these 32 people, this is their main source of income, the NFL team. They just, man, they buy that just that's like a side hustle. This is not Jared Jones. This is not Jared Jones' main source of income, bro. It's not. I mean, it's not. Just name an owner. This is not their primary source of income. This is a side hustle for them. These men, they own real estate. They own oil fields. They got their tech companies. Steve Ballmer, I'm switching gears going to another league. It's the same thing in the NBA. Mm-hmm. This is a side hustle, right? The man said he didn't want his, come on, man. The owner of the Clippers, the ex-owner of the Clippers, right? What did he say? I don't want y'all hanging with them niggas. I said, and what did he turn around and do? He turned around and sold a team for the highest price ever paid
billions of dollars
for a basketball team, $2 billion. And guess what? He was happy because the 30 years that he owned the Clippers, guess what? They was the worst. They was the worst. So just think about how happy he was when that went down. You know what that's like, man? That's like you losing 30 seasons in a row. You got the worst team out of all the teams, all the owners laughing at you. And then you come up in the 31st season and sell your franchise for more than any other sports franchise in the NBA. You don't think he was happy? And that was his side hustle.
And still ain't hanging with them niggas.
It's still not. So we got to get into a more, this is what I was talking about before we came on the show. We live in a capitalistic society. It's based on capitalism. People who control capital control everything that we do. The top 1%, you already seen that with the president. He couldn't have, this man ran his own campaign. He said, you know what? I don't want y'all to raise no funds for me. I'm gonna use my own money and run my own campaign. That way I ain't got to answer to nobody. Capital. He couldn't have done that without capital, right? No other president in the modern era, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the Bushes, guess what? The Bushes got money. The Bushes had money. Not had, they still got it.
That oil money.
All money. Right? They used to own the Texas Rangers. They owners.
Mm-hmm.
They not no goddamn employee staff and bruh. And that's what I'm saying, man. The Daily Brand Show is about that. We want to talk about all this other stuff that don't have nothing to do with nothing. It ain't doing that for our kids. It ain't doing that for our grandkids. It ain't doing that for our great-great-grandkids. It's doing nothing. And they're allowing us to they want us to keep doing that. Yeah, y'all keep talking about them chicken sandwiches. Y'all just go ahead on, man. Go ahead. We doing all this marketing. People wasn't even figuring, we doing stuff, helping them market stuff that it ain't got nothing to do with nothing unless you got a franchise. I'm just, man, I don't get it, man. I don't, bro. I don't get it, man. So, might be just me. I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing else on it. I'm done. This joke here got quiet, man. He running his mouth when I seen it.
Hey.
Now my producer, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. This is where this came from. Last week, Thursday, when I left the show, I was with my cousin and another brother. When we walked out, my producer was talking, man, Jay-Z, shout out, man, Jay-Z, man, he got with the NFL. I said, man, what?
Yeah.
Last week. Last Thursday, I said, man, I forgot about it, left it alone, man. I was like, man, I came in today and seen him, man. I said, you know what?
Change the whole flow.
Look, man, change my whole look, man. I had all this stuff written in my book, man. Change every goddamn thing, man. So let me get back on task, because I'm gonna give y'all a little something, man, just on that. All right, so let me, look, man, got my race, look. I'm gonna take Jay-Z off, man. So you ain't had nothing to say, I'm gonna take it off, bro. Take it off. I'm gonna put y'all up on another game right now, real quick. God darn, bro. Or maybe I should have used a napkin or something, bro.
What ain't doing right?
Yeah, I could have just used this.
Mm-hmm.
Where the napkins at, bro?
Over there.
Oh, what?
That thing that don't work?
It do, man. I sprayed the stuff on it.
Oh, Lord Jesus. No, you should have did
I did, man. I did, man. Just get them paper towels out, man. Get them paper towels out, man.
Ain't got no paper towel.
We'll edit that.
We don't provide paper
What is
towel.
toilet tissue?
Yep.
Man, you came up with some toilet tissue,
You might have an
man.
accident. You might have an accident.
That's why I love this show, man. This ownership.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you own this show, you do what you want to do. People ask me about the jersey. Bro, you know about this jersey?
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
you don't know
Griffin.
nothing. You don't know nothing about it. Who is this, man?
Griffin, number 49.
See, I'm gonna stop, man. I'm gonna just stop, bro. Let me put it to y'all like this, man. This is what we do. We're gonna put it in green. This is you, right? Let me show y'all something, man. This is you. And you come down here. You might be 3 of y'all. Then you got, I'm gonna just put some X's, right? And you come down here. They go X, X. This one might be 1X. This one might be 1, 2, 3 X's. Then they go down, right? But this is you. Why is it important for you to get your personal finance in shape? The reason it's important for you to get your personal finance in shape is this. A lot of people thinking it's about you. But it ain't about you. This ain't about you. This is about economics. This is about if you get you straight, right? If you get you straight and you say, hey man, I done went from $100 to 1,000. I done went from 1,000 to 10,000. I done went from 10,000 to 100,000. Guess what you can do now? Now you can come down there and help a family member.
Mm-hmm.
You can help a family member do what? Learn how to save, learn how to invest, learn about credit, learn about budgets. Because you already did it. You done went through some levels, right? And then you can teach another family member. and another family member. I'm going to just stay right there. Now, this could be a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle. It could be somebody older than you. But it's on you. That's why that's why it's so important for you to get it and go. They might not even know about the Daily Bread Show. But if you listening to all these episodes, and I'm giving you the game, I'm giving it to you. Only thing you got to do is like, oh yeah, I can do that. But what I need to do is start for you to be able to impact these 3 people, teach them, right? Because once you teach them, you hold their hand. Nobody ain't sitting at the table with their family member saying, man, let me see your credit report. Man, let me help you with a down payment on a house. Man, matter of fact, let's buy this little quad. You know what? Let's sit down and talk. We ain't talking about that. We sitting down on the table talking about, let's play some spades.
Chick-fil-A versus...
Now, that's Chick-fil-A versus, man, Popeyes. Did you hear what happened on Atlanta Housewives? Bro, it's right here. That's what we need to be spending time with. Teaching each other how to maneuver in a capitalistic society. If we don't never get to that point, say nobody don't never listen to Daily Bread no more, nobody ain't hip to it, you ain't see it on social media, he ain't this, that, guess what? Ain't nothing gonna move. It's nothing gonna move with you, and nothing gonna move in your generations to come. Why? Because nobody ain't teaching them. Nobody's teaching kids. We teaching kids the stuff that they learning in school. Look, we teaching kids stuff in school, and we ain't even teaching them technology. You know how crazy that is? Everybody got a smartphone, and every kid, 3 years old, 2 years old, and up, doing what? They doing this. They either on an iPad or a smartphone. They going through different apps, but we ain't teaching them tech. You got to think, bro. You got to think. That's why I said it's on you. I'm putting the onus on you. Don't say you ain't never heard it. Don't say I don't understand the game. So I'm giving it to you. If you don't do nothing else, man, just understand that concept. Understand that as you learn, you have to teach. As you learn, you have to teach. As you learn, you have to teach. We teach our kids, yes ma'am, no ma'am, all this other stuff. As you learn, tell your kids the importance of saving 10%. Teach. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all some game on this. Let's talk about credit real quick. Why is credit important? I'm gonna tell you why credit is important. Don't listen to no Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, he got his own thing. He said, hey, you don't need no credit. Only thing credit means that you got debt. Yeah, you might have some bad debt, but you could have some good debt. Let me tell you what credit does for you. Credit gives you the opportunity to get money from banks. That's what credit will do for you. I ain't talking about foolishness. Don't worry about no credit cards. So I agree with Dave Ramsey on that. You don't need no credit cards and store cards. You need access to capital. You need access to capital. And that's what credit will do for you. So the credit range is this, 300 to 850. Right? 300 to 850. So you figure out where you fall in there. They say good credit. Most people call good credit. Just say 700. Just use that as a baseline. 660, getting close. 680, 690, you're getting close. You crack a 700, 720. I'm telling you from experience. 700, 720, coupled with income,
About what you want.
you in the game. Why is that? Why is income important? I'm gonna tell you something that a banker told me. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, because I don't believe it. That's one of my pet peeves, and y'all know that's one of my pet peeves. I'm not even gonna lie. I talked to a banker today. You know what the joker told me? This is what get deals done, this. Cash flow. Cash flow. Credit. What does credit have to do with cash flow? It's a component. It's like cooking a meal. Like you could cook something, but if you don't put no seasoning on it, hey, you ever cooked a turkey for Thanksgiving and then put no seasoning on it? And you had all the people come to your house. You got the sweet potato pies, you got collard greens. You cook that turkey, You ain't put no salt, no pepper, no cayenne, no onion, no celery. You ain't put nothing on that turkey. You just took the turkey out, put it in the pan, put it in the oven, cooked it, and pulled it out. Do you know what would happen when you brought that turkey out and put it on that table? Do you know what kind of reaction you would get when you cut that turkey and you put it on them people's plate? You know what your family members would do? They would turn on your body. They would turn on you, man. This the same thing. I'm putting you up on game, man. I don't care what nobody say. Get your credit tight, have some income, and get some cash flow. Get your credit tight, get some income, and get some cash flow. Why is that important? And nobody said, I didn't say not one time, leave your job. I ain't say go in and quit tomorrow. I'm through. No, don't do that. Play the game. Play the game. You don't have no other source of income. Play the game, right? So, oh, well, shoot, I'm making 30, 40,000, okay. So let's talk about credit. Let's talk about the 5 components, right? You need to know these 5 like the back of your hand. You need to know these 5 components of credit like the back of your hand. What's the first component? What's the first component of credit? Payment history.
Payment history.
Payment history, right? I'm going to give it to y'all, man. I'm like, and you need to know this like the back of your hand. Payment history, 35%. Payment history, 35%. I don't want that to get cut off. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. I don't know where this thing going. All right, we're going to put it like that. 35%. Why is that important? Payment history. I started the mortgage company. I'm working with different individuals. This is the first thing that comes up. Credit. You want to buy a house? The first thing they come up with when I'm talking to these lenders, what's their credit? Before they even ask me about the money. Those are the only 2 things you need to get a mortgage. Credit and money. That's it. Credit and money. That's it. Payment history. What does that mean? You cannot be late paying your bills.
That's right.
You cannot be late for no reason paying your bills. If you are, that's 35% of your credit score. That's 35% that goes into that 700.
Ouch.
Payment history. So what's the second one? I'll wait. What's the second one? What's the second component?
Debt to ratio.
Here you go, man. Come on, bruh.
That
Are
ain't
you
it.
serious? Are you serious?
That ain't it.
Come on, man. It's called utilization, bruh.
That's what I meant to say.
Utilization, man. 30%. That's 65% of your credit score right here. What's utilization? $500 credit card. You charge $400. Your credit score gonna go down because your utilization is up. It's an inverse relationship. It's like an elevator. Elevator has a counterbalance. It's weights in an elevator. So when the elevator goes up, it's something that's a weight that comes down. It's called an inverse relationship. When you take your utilization and you drive it down, now you start paying that $480 or that $400 on your credit card down, and you got a $500 credit limit, guess what's going to happen? When you pay the utilization down, your score is going to go up. That's all you need to remember. That's pretty simple. Pay on time and manage your utilization. Keep your utilization less than 30%. That's it. You got a $1,000 card, keep it below $300. Yeah, you're going to pay. Sometimes you're going to charge some stuff and you're going to go past $300. I get it. But guess what? Get it back down. Because once you get it below 30%, your score going to go up. Why is this important? Because you got to be like, look, you got to be like this guy. He played linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. You got to be able to read your keys, right? If you see the guard pulling, right? Or if you see the man put his hand down, you know it's a running. You got to be able to read your keys. This is reading your keys. Paying on time and utilization. That's 65% of your credit score. What's the third component? Credit age. A lot of people don't know what that is. Credit age. I'm going to write it out again. Okay? It's 15%. You know what this is? That's 80% of your credit score right there. That's 80. Look, man, listen to what listen. I'm gonna write it on this side and make sure y'all don't miss it. That's 80%. That's just these three. We still got 2 components to go. Just these 3. That's 80% of your credit score. Do you think that's important? If you don't even remember the last 2, if you just remember to pay on time, manage your utilization. What's credit age? Credit age is how long you've had an account. Why is that important? Because I want to be able to look at your credit report. Meaning, when I say I'm talking about the banks, anybody that you're trying to get to lend you money, they want to see how long you've had your credit. How you paying your bills over time. What's your utilization look like? So if you show me a credit report, utilization up to the max, they got late payments, they applying for all these different cards, would you lend them $10,000? No, not me. I'm not lending them nothing. But if you look at a credit report, always paid on time. The last 3 years, right? No, I'll make it even simpler. The last 2 years, all paid everything on time. Utilization is low on all of their accounts. Utilization is low. Credit age, they've had credit for the last 10 years. Would you lend them $10,000? You would feel better, yeah. Because they're already showing you that they can pay. And they can pay over time. That's why this is important. Number 4, new credit. What's new? New is you at the cash register, you buy what you're going to buy, and all of a sudden they come jumping out, hey, you can get 20% off today if you go and get a store card. And you say, oh, bet, I'll take 20%. New credit. What does new credit do? Drops your credit age. Because now you got a newborn in the family. That's how you have to look at it. Like, man, I had grown kids. Now when I got a newborn. What's the key to that? The key is whatever you have and whatever you want, you buy it out of this. What you already got. The credit cards you already got. The loans you already got. Buy whatever else you want out of that. Don't get nothing else new. We trying to get to freedom. And the way to get to freedom is get your score up, get your income, so you can have some cash flow. And the 5th component is called credit mix. Right? What's credit mix? Credit mix is just what it implies. On your credit report, they give you points for having a good credit mix. You don't have all installment loans. You don't have all revolving credit. You don't have just mortgages. You have a mortgage. You have some type of real estate on your credit report, right? That's a good credit mix. So when you have a good credit mix, guess what? When you line all of these things up, and this is 10%, and this is 10%. So you could kind of screw it up in here. I don't recommend it, but even if you screw this up, this is only 20%. If you get this right, if you get this right, and it's football season. You gotta practice. You gotta practice. You gotta practice. What team you know that you like? Pittsburgh, the Jaguars, Golden State? You gotta practice. This, it takes time. You gotta practice. You ain't gonna just wake up and, I got a 750. No, because life gonna throw you some different stuff, right? Money got a little tight. I had to pay this. Man, I tried to do this. My car went down. I had to pay. So you juggling, but guess what? You gotta practice, and get good at playing this game. This is all this is. This is a game. Just like playing tump, spades, pinochle, bid whist. That's all this is. This is a game. That's all this is. And I had another banker tell me that yesterday. She said, this is just a game, right? But you got to know how to play it. That's all it is. And if you refuse to play this game, meaning, I listened to the Daily Bread. Yeah, he went over that. I mean, so what? I mean, big deal, whatever, right? If you don't learn how to play this game, guess what happens? You have a lower credit score, and you can get stuff done, but guess what? The lower your credit score, the more you pay. The lower, they want your credit score to be low. They love when your credit score is 600. Because guess what? Buy here, pay here. You need a car? Buy here, pay here. What's your interest rate? 15% on a car. But you got to get to work, right? Atlanta ain't like one of them type of towns where you can just jump on the bus, jump on the subway. Need a car, right? You can go to different parts of Atlanta, different parts of other cities. They got whole streets full of buy here, pay here lots. Because they credit low. But if your credit low, guess what you can do? Practice. And then you can take that same car, take it to a credit union after you've been practicing for a while, and say, hey man, I want to refinance this car. Get you a lower interest rate. Get your payments down so you can pay them off, get your utilization down. And you have to learn how to read these keys. So that way when you're looking at a credit report, you know exactly what you need to do to get your score to go up instantly. Like right away, right? Some things take time. If you got a late payment, it takes a little time. It takes a little time. You got to wait for that to mature, get off, whatever. But you need to learn this. This ain't no game. This is your game. If you don't learn this, hey, you can either be a player or owner.
Game over.
You can either be a player or owner. You need credit, you need income, and you need cash flow. You need credit, you need income, and you need cash flow. When you got cash flow, that means, hey, you got money coming through, all your bills covered, and you got a little something left. You can't be playing with zeros and negatives. You gotta have something left so somebody can say, hey, I see you got these debts, but guess what? You got a little money coming in on top of that. That's called cash flow. That's why they call it. It's just like a river. It flows, a currency. Why do they call it currency? Because it flows, right? Electricity, it's a current, right? It flows. So you got to do the same thing. If you don't have no flow in your currency, you stuck. You stuck. I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to leave this up here, but I'm going to do this for y'all because I thought about this today. When I was a kid, this is what I used to draw, right? I used to be in the 5th grade. Let's see if I can do it. And I used to draw this guy right here. Come out here, draw a nose, draw a mouth, right? I'm supposed to be listening. I draw a little eye on there, got his little thing. Might have a little mustache on here, whatever, right? That's a picture. You might say, hey, I can't, yeah, he got a little afro. Let me color in his afro, maybe it'll look better. Got a little afro. I know it's kind of hard, but this is an eyeball. You can see that's a person, right? He got a little mustache, a little French mustache. But you can see that that's a man, right? I put a little shirt on him, right? Put a little 49. Right? You can see that's a person. You can see it's a man on face, right? If you go to the bank, if you know what the picture's supposed to look like, if you take this and draw that and take it to the bank, guess what the bank will say? Approved. Because that was the picture I was looking for. I just want to see if you could draw a picture. You approve. But if you don't know how to draw a picture up here, you go to the bank and you got this. Right? They're going to say, what is that? You can say, oh, that's a picture. They're going to say, no, it ain't. That ain't no picture. That's scribble scrabble. They want to see this. They want to see you paint a picture and put it in a frame. Right? That's what the bank want to see. I'm giving it to you, man. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody's show ain't better than mine. Zero. So we at the top of the hour. Got a couple books for you. The book of the week. Listen to this one. Smart Money Secret. Smart Money Secret by Scott and Allison Hilton. This is a deep book. This is a, I think they boyfriend and girl, husband and wife team. Guess it's husband and wife team, right? Both of them had poor credit. Started learning all these different things that you could do to improve your credit. Excellent, excellent, excellent book. Excellent. It's a paperback book. It cost me like, I want to say like $28. And you might say, $28 for that little flimsy paper? But guess what? When you're trying to paint a picture, I've taken some of the tips in this book Use it to raise my credit score, and guess what? Got money at the bank, and I got more than $28.
What?
Get the book. That's what you got to invest in. Get the book. Paint the picture. Don't go into the bank with scribble scrabble. Paint the picture. I know what the bank want. I'm going to paint the picture. So you ain't going in there guessing. Oh, ooh, please prove me. Ooh, I hope they'll prove me. No, you go in and say, bam, there you go. Now, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Might have a high credit, and they still don't like it. Banks got different, so they funny. But at least if you paint the picture, you got a better chance of getting approval. So check these people out. Smart Money Secret by Scott and Allison Hilton. Look it up, get you a copy, and that way it can help you out. The other book is Tony Robbins. Plain and simple, money. Plain and simple, money. Anthony Robbins, money, master. Listen to what I just said. Master the Game. Money, Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Can't get no clearer. 2 books of the week for you all to get. Go out, invest in yourself, get you a book, learn the game, paint your picture. Don't come with scribble scrabble. Increase your credit score. Get your income right. Get your cash flow. Get your money. Get your money. That's it, bro. That's it. So hopefully y'all learned something tonight. Like I said, man, don't take this stuff and just, man, that was a trip. How you did it? Yeah. Don't take this and just go to sleep. Take it, use it, study it, restudy it, practice it. Because guess what? You're going to use this the rest of your life. You're going to use this the rest of your life. If you live to be 80, guess what? Grandkids, great-grand, somebody going to be coming at you. Grandpa, Papa, do you think you... Oh, I don't do no co-signing. That's when you go into Alzheimer's. But I will give you some money, though. And I will teach you some things to improve your score. But don't ask me about no co-signing. Just get on out of here.
Ain't gonna happen.
Right? It ain't gonna happen.
Go on, hit on now.
Right? Go on with that. But as long as you live 50s, 20s, 30s, 40s, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a wage earner, if you're an owner. People who own buildings, they still deal with credit because guess what? They want to get more money to get more buildings. They don't want to use their money. They want to use the bank money. So you got to know the picture that the bank wants you to paint and then start painting the picture. Walk into the bank with your picture and be like, hey, I'm ready. I got 700 plus, I got income, I got cash flow, and got some money saved up. They ain't saying no to you.
Y'all gonna stop playing with me.
They ain't gonna say, oh, you need 15% down. I got it. That's when you get,
That's all you need, 15.
that's when you get funky with them. I got it. What about 20%? I got it. Oh, okay, well, let's do it. I'm gonna have to pull your credit. Pull it.
I pulled it all ready for you.
Pull it. I ain't scared. Pull it. But you gotta learn this, man. This. Nobody ain't teaching this. This is the baddest show. I don't know what you want to call it. Internet, social media. I don't know what you want to call it. But we doing our thing over here on the Daily Bread. Pick up these books. Got the book of the week. I think that's it for me, man. We getting ready to sign off. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hopefully y'all learned something tonight. And let's change our mindset. I want to end on that. Let's change our mindset with all this stuff that's going on, especially when billionaires doing their thing. So I want to get into that bracket. I want somebody to be talking. Who else you got their own? I got my own show. I got my own song. Put my fun hat back on. Hey, man. Hey, y'all do y'all thing.